Hi everyone. We go straight to the subject. How do you get from this to this to this? I'm a YouTuber and it was always a huge challenge for me to combine the lighting that I need for home office, for video conferencing and for YouTube. Now I moved and in my new studio I've arranged the lights in such a way that I can use them for my home office setup, for Teams conference calls, video calls of course, and for my YouTube studio. Lighting is the most important part, if you ask me, for quality in a video, because you can have the best camera, the best body, the best objective. If you do not have lighting, the videos will look simply not very good. So I'm not talking about extremely cheap lights or extremely high-end lights. I'm talking about lighting. I will show you step by step what kind of lights I use, and you will see that the setup is not something extremely high-end. What is important is that you can dim your light, so you can vary the degree of light from the source, and you can vary, of course, the color of the light, because color of the light is also very important. Let me go back to the first light. As you can see in the picture, the first light that I use is an Elgato Key Light. Actually, the main light and the rim light both are Elgato Key Lights. They are dimmable. They can go from white light to yellow light, so they are perfect for studios. And I will show you now the effect. Basically, I'm switching off the background light. Now I'm switching off my light from the right. And now I have only this light. As you can see in the picture, it's in front of me at 45 degrees. And at the moment, for the YouTube setup, it's at 3% light. If I use this light for the home office setup, I will change the intensity of the light. So I will go now till 20%, let's say, and you can already see my face is pretty well lit. It has a little bit this 3D effect, and then I can also start the other light if I need it, but most of the time in my YouTube calls I have only in my team calls I have only this light, plus my monitor is in front of the window, so I have also the daylight, so I do not need more than this light for very good home office lighting and conference lighting. If we talk about YouTube, of course, we want to have that nice look that everybody wants, so we have to switch around. Let's go back. 3% for the left light. We go to the right light. Again, the same Elgato, we activate it and we get this more dramatic look where you can see only you can see my whole face, but you can see very clearly only half of my face. And this right, because the first one is positioned in front of me at 45 degrees and this one on the right is positioned above me at 45 degrees. So basically it's shining from the top on my side, and this creates this more dramatic effect. I had a long time issues finding the right position for these lights. You can see in the picture how my home office setup was for a long time, and I was not simply happy with the results. And it took me almost a year to understand that basically the most important part is the light in the background, and this is what we will start again. These are two Philips Hue lights, and as soon as I start them, you get this brilliant light in the background, and it looks crazy good in my opinion. Of course, it may depend from a person to another. Of course, you can vary the intensity of the light. Let's put it at 50%. So it depends a lot what you want. Let's leave it at 65% at the moment. It depends a lot what you want from your video. Both lights are RGB, so you can choose whatever of a color you have. Maybe in 2 weeks I want another color combo. But it's important to understand that even the most basic entry-level lights, if positioned correctly, and correct positioning is always a matter of tweaking, because you have your lights and you can, maybe in your room, you can put them exactly how I put them and you will not get the same results. How I did it, I waited till evening so that I have zero light incoming, and then I played with the lights. I played with the position to generate as little shadow as possible, and after that I tried to match the intensity, because I have a Sony camera and of course I film in S-Log3, and S-Log3 means you need to overexpose between 1.7 and 2, and this is pretty tricky if you have ISO 500 to get the right match for color and for intensity of the light. It's also important to calibrate the color. My two Elgato lights are at 5000 Kelvin, exactly as my camera, so I have no issues finding the white balance. What can I tell you? Do not invest hugely in cameras and objective before you have a decent lighting setup. You can get a ring light for your front or for the 45-degree side. Get something for your right side or for the background. That's very interesting. I believe if you go on Amazon, you can find for 100-150 euros such a 3 light source setup that is more than decent and that will get the job done. See ya.